There's a post here that's going around at the moment that's doing pretty well. It attempts to explain the science of why you are tight. Unfortunately, it's wrong, and I don't want to put this girl down. She's super bendy, that's awesome. Unfortunately, she's just regurgitating the same stuff that all of these mobility so-called experts are talking about, and the explanation sounds credible, but let me tell you why it's not correct.
A muscle spindle. Its job is to detect stretch. And if it thinks the muscle is lengthening too quickly or too far, it tells the muscle to contract.
Okay, so muscle spindles aren't primarily stretch sensors. They're proprioceptors. They're constantly giving our nervous system feedback around length of muscles, rate of change, and these sorts of things. But this idea of them applying the brakes in terms of the stretch reflex is velocity dependent. It's a rate of change. And when we're doing something like a slow forward fold or a slow forward bend or something like that, the rate of change just isn't enough to trigger these muscle spindles to so-called put on the brake.
And there's another sensor called the Golgi tendon organ. This sensor sits where your muscles meet the tendon. Instead of detecting stretch, it detects tension. And when enough tension builds, it can signal to the muscle to relax.
So here's where this explanation really does fall apart. The GTO Golgi tendon organ does sense tension, but the amount of tension required to elicit any sort of relaxation response is huge. We're talking maximal contraction type stuff, and the exercise that she shows in this video is nowhere near enough to elicit this type of response.
It's activating another muscle first. In this case, it's your hip flexor
This concept she talks about in this video, reciprocal inhibition, is a very simplified textbook neurophysiology concept. In real life, it's probably not a thing, and it certainly isn't a thing when it comes to stretching. Recent research has also shown that when doing something like this, so the idea here is contracting the quads to get more range of motion out of your hamstrings. Studies that have put electrodes on the muscles after this sort of technique have actually shown more tension in the hamstring muscles as a result of contracting the quads, not less. The question I'm usually asked now after debunking this idea of reciprocal inhibition is, why do the techniques work? It's almost certainly because of stretch tolerance. Our nervous system is feeling less threatened by the position, the same as our initial gains in range of motion are generally stretch tolerance from any sort of stretching technique. And the question that this video hasn't answered is, why are you tight in the first place? It's certainly not GTO, it's certainly not reciprocal inhibition. And this video is getting pretty long, so I'll do a part 2 and talk about that. But my whole issue with this stuff is a lot of these things on social media sound credible and they seem like it's real science, but it's just not. And it's certainly what all of these mobility gurus are regurgitating. If you want some actual expert advice and content, you can grab a copy of my book at the moment. That comes with my 30-day reset program, and that is an evidence-based program that will allow you to apply the actual science for real-world results. I'll see you in the next one.